I'm sure you've been very conditioned to hearing something along these lines if you've been on the internet for more than 5 seconds. Apologies for the ableist language in advance. Oh, are you triggered? Ha ha ha. Do you need your safe space, you sensitive little bitch? I'm here to say right now, what is so wrong with safe spaces? We live in a world that is rampant with homophobia, transphobia, racism, and pretty much bigotry against any marginalized group you can name. What is wrong with having a dedicated space on, say, a college campus for these kind of people to congregate and be themselves and express themselves freely without any fear of judgment or bigotry or anything of the sort? And people act like this is some attack on free speech. Oh shit, we can't discriminate against people in these dedicated spaces where they can congregate and be themselves. Holy shit, we're being so oppressed right now. This is literally just a place where people who may have come from bigoted homes where they can't be themselves and can't come out to their family members in fear of being disowned can be themselves and meet other people who may relate and have the same plight as them, and they can make friends and, things like that. I don't get why people hate this concept so much. It isn't running away from reality like a lot of these anti-SJWs like to make it seem. It's a space where these people can feel validated, can find people who may share similar problems as them, or feel that they're not alone in their problems, and seek reassurance that there is nothing wrong with them. I am so fucking tired of all these people who are not even part of marginalized groups that are routinely at the receiving end of hatred and discrimination, shitting on the very concept of a safe space because they don't need a safe space, because, again, they're not the ones being discriminated against 24/7. They're not the ones that are part of a group that is hated by many people in this fucking world, so they don't understand why one may need a dedicated space where they can be themselves, be who they want to be, without any fear of discrimination they may face out in the world. And I love how hyperbolic a lot of these fucking people are about safe spaces. Again, like I mentioned earlier, they see it as an attack on free speech. Yes, how dare this large space with many people of various different skin color, race, ethnicity, gender identity, sexual orientation, etc., want to be inclusive and make these people feel comfortable. But it seems like inclusivity and being welcoming of various different types of people has a big stigma placed upon it, especially here on the internet, because you have a bunch of fucking idiots screeching about it and treating it like it's a way bigger issue than it really is. Treating it like it's an attack on free speech because, oh no, we can't freely discriminate against people anywhere we want. Certain places won't tolerate that. Holy shit, whatever shall we do? Instead of letting your mind be fixated on something so fucking preposterous, stop and think why these people may need safe spaces. Stop and think what these people may face at home, or stop and think of what these people fear about facing at home if they were to be themselves at home. Not everyone comes from a kind and welcoming home. Not everyone has a family that would love them unconditionally no matter what and no matter who they are. So these safe spaces may be all that some of these people have. A place where they can actually feel welcomed. A place where they feel they could be who they really are. A place where they are reassured that they are validated. Everyone needs a space like this from time to time. I get it, the world is a very ugly and bleak place, and everyone must face that reality, but once in a while, what is the harm in going into a space where you feel special, where you feel validated, where you feel that, you could be who you want to be? I need spaces like this sometimes. I'm not saying I'm part of any marginalized group or anything, but sometimes my depression gets the better of me, sometimes my anxiety gets the better of me, and sometimes I just need to go to a place like my room where I feel safe and comfortable and take a breather for a moment. Take some time to wind down and reassure myself that everything will be fine. Now, am I trying to equate myself to, say, a trans teenager who is in fear of coming out to their parents because their parents may disown them and throw them out to the streets because they are trans? No, of course not, but I'm just saying that most people need spaces where they feel safe and comfortable. Not everyone can withstand stressful situations and stressful environments forever. That is an absolute detriment to one's mental health. Not everyone has the privilege of having a home where they can safely say that it is their safe space. Some people need a dedicated safe space outside of their home because, again, their home cannot provide that basic need for them. So they turn to their college campus or wherever else they go on a regular basis to fulfill this need that their home just does not provide to them. So the next time you feel the need to rag on safe spaces, at least put yourselves in the shoes of the people who may need these kind of spaces. And who knows, I'm willing to bet safe spaces have saved at least some lives, because there are plenty of people who are in the LGBTQ plus spectrum who have taken their own lives, or are contemplating taking their own lives because they feel they're not valid, because society wants to make them feel like they're not valid. And having a space that they lacked prior, where they feel safe, comfortable, valid, and perhaps meet other people with similar experiences to them, could possibly do wonders to their mental health. Maybe it'll help them finally realize that they are somebody who has a place in this world that is perfectly valid, and there are plenty of other people out there who are just like them, or very similar to them, and they're not alone in their plight. It adds a layer of emotional support that possibly no one provided to them before, and the fact that so many people want to shit on the very concept of a dedicated space that people can go to where they feel safe and comfortable, and use it as a way to make fun of people who are easily offended by something stupid, is just so fucking heartless, to be brutally honest. Cool, you're an edgelord douchebag with no problems going on in your life whatsoever. You can't relate to these people at all, so you're not even going to make an attempt to understand why they feel the way they feel, and mock and ridicule them when they may need a space to congregate with other people who may share similar experiences and problems with them, and overall need a space where they feel like who they are is nothing to be ashamed of because they may lack such a space elsewhere. But no, that's SJW shit, right? Congratulations, you're a first-class piece of shit. That's all I have to say. Bye-bye.